guys, it's Nurse J at Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. Well, Nurse J has been running around doing this crazy happy holidays shopping, a thing that I don't even celebrate any longer. But anyway, I have little Sunny right beside me, and as usual, I want to thank my viewers and subscribers for sending me things to where I can send to you guys. Now, I've been on my rant about the popes and the ill wills that they put on the indigenous people, whether it be Indians or blacks or Mexicans or whatever. I just want to expose these criminals for what they are. And if you are a truth seeker and are in the truth movement, you want to expose. Now, this video is dedicated to Ken. And thank you, Ken, so much for sharing. And a couple of shout outs to Celine and 40 and Phoenix and Max Bear and Ricky and Ray, all my good buddies, and all to the rest of you guys. So here we go. This is a letter to the Taino/Arawak Indians in 1500. And this is from King Ferdinand to these indigenous people. And he writes, "In the name of King Ferdinand and Juana, his daughter, Queen of Castile and Leon, conquerors of barbarous nations." Oh, they're the barbarians? I'm afraid not. "We," meaning them, "notify you as best as we can that our Lord God eternal created heaven and earth, and a man and woman from whom we all descend for all times and all over the world. In the 5,000 years since creation, the multitude of these generations caused men to divide and establish kingdoms in various parts of the world, among whom God chose Saint Peter as leader of mankind, regardless of their law, sect, or belief. He seated Saint Peter in Rome as the best place from which to rule the world, but he allowed him to establish his seat in all parts of the world and rule all people, whether Christians, the Moors, Jews, Gentiles, or any other sect. He was named Pope, which means Admiral and Greatest Father, Governor of all men. Those who lived at that time obeyed St. Peter as Lord and Superior King of the universe. And so did their descendants obey his successors, and so on to the end of time. The late Pope gave these islands and mainland of the ocean and the continents, contents hereof, to the above mentioned king and queen, and is certified in writing, and you may see the documents if you so desire. Therefore, their highness, or lords and masters of this land, they were acknowledged as such when this notice was posted, and were and are being served willingly and without resistance. Then their religious envoys were acknowledged and obeyed without delay, and all subjects unconditionally and of their own free will, because Christians, and thus they remain. Their Highness received their allegiance with joy and benignity, and decreed that they be treated in the spirit like good and loyal vassals, and you are under the Get my thing here. And you are under the obligation to do the same. Therefore, we request that you understand this text deliberate on its contents within a reasonable time and recognize the church and its highest priest, the Pope, as rulers of the universe, and in their name, the King and Queen of Spain, as rulers of this land, allowing the religious father to preach our holy faith to you. You own compliance as a duty to the King, and we in his name will receive you with love and charity, respecting your freedom and that of your wives and sons and your rights of possessions. And we shall not compel you to baptism unless, informed of the truth, wish to convert to our holy Catholic faith, as almost all your neighbors have done in other islands, in exchange for which their highnesses bestow many privileges and exemptions upon you. Should you, Indians, fail to comply or delay maliciously in so doing, we assure you that with the help of God, we shall use force against you, declaring war upon you from all sides and with all possible means, and we shall bind you to the yoke of the church and of their highnesses. We will enslave your persons, your wives and sons, sell you, or dispose of you as the king sees fit. We shall seize your possessions and harm you as much as we can as disobedient and resisting vassals. And we declare you guilty of resulting deaths and injuries, exempting their highnesses of such guilt, as well as ourselves and the gentlemen who accompanying us. We hereby request that legal signatures be affixed to this text, and pray those present to bear witness for us. This text, this letter, has to be one of the most disgusting letters I think I have ever read on my channel. Do you not see Africans? Do you not see Caribbeans? Do you not see the British Isles or other Indians, Celtics, Druids, the ancestors? Do you not see the disgrace? Do you think that this church, upon that letter and their writing at the time, gives a damn about you? Do you actually think they give a damn about a black man or a woman or an Indian person, a native, and they're going to call your people barbarians? Barbarians. You know, I have Indian in my bloodline as well. Cherokee, Choctaw. I mean, very little probably, very tiny. On my dad's side, well, actually on both sides. They lived in nature and harmony and knew medicines. And you know, I may be a European, but at this right now, as pissed off as I am about this letter, as demon as this church is, and they have this ship come over to this, quote, New World in the 1600s. If I was the Indians, I'd let your damn ass die right where you stood. And I would have wreaked havoc on your ass. But no! Little Pocahontas had to convince her father to let the pale faces live, Daddy. Um, 1500, Borgia regime, Cesare dynasty. The bust and painted pictures of the Jesus, Cesare. And you see how they got you, indigenous people? They bought you. They gave you sparkly little pieces of glass. And they gave you the knockoffs. But in due change, you gave them medicinal stuff. You showed them how to grow things in the cold weather, how to keep things. So really, if you are a black person, an indigenous person, Navajo, Pueblo, any type of those other Indians, Cherokee, Choctaw, maybe that's why I have such a hot temper, guys, and it doesn't take me long, because I'll tell you off if you piss me off real good. And I'm sorry if you don't like the way I talk. Skip to Lou, my darling. I don't care. How do you like that? These words, a letter. Ken, I really appreciate you. You have opened another can of worms for Nurse J. Many more letters are to come, I'm sure. Just like everything else. The maps are lies. The history lessons are lies. The educational system is a lie. The medicinal system is a lie. The psychiatric system is a lie. Why don't? Why don't indigenous people, and especially these Indians, and if you're an Indian and you've landed on my channel, will you please, for the love, show this letter to the tribe? Pull them out of this wicked ass church, because they are the harlot. And they are going down. And they will go down. If you've seen the movie Maleficent 2, she is the phoenix. And she wreaked havoc. And they, quote unquote, killed her. But no, friends. She rose again, unscathed, But the wicked men of the Phoenix will go down in history as another one bites the dust. Until next time, Hotep, Ashe, and keep searching for the truth. See you later, guys, and have a wonderful, happy holidays. Goodbye.